Hello, everyone. My name is Jonas Mikalkėnas, and I am working in OneClick Factory as Business Central team lead. And I will start with my colleague Rimvydas Saulis, the webinar, the options for moving NAV Business Central solutions to the cloud. Yeah. First of all, from the 1st October, Business Central 2020 release Wave 2 is available. So newest version, now we already have cumulative update 1 from November, but it is available on cloud and on Docker distributions for on-prem. So I will tell several small things about this release. So there are no big revolutionary changes comparing to Business Central 16 or 2020 Wave 1. But still some new important features are available, like possibility to migrate to SaaS directly from Business Central 14, 15, or 16. Also many new features in modern client, modern development tools, some features for admins. So there you can see a link from Microsoft. You can check it. But today we will talk more not about this new release, but about possibilities and need for moving your customer solutions to SaaS. So first of all, you can see in my screen some questions you need to answer before moving your solution. So there are some limitations, and you need to evaluate your customer solution for this availability. So main questions are that of course, current version of your solution, is this still supported or not? Because if it's not supported, then you, of course, have a bigger need to move. Do you need new features, or you are ready to work with Business Central standard? Are your solution lightly customized, or you have high level of customizations? Then database size is very important criteria for moving. You need to know what you want to do with all your historical data. Do you need all data, or you can take only some part of it? Have you a need to keep all your customizations? Have you all the third-party solutions, all add-ons available in the app source? And of course, are you ready for web client or not? Because SaaS supports only web client. Windows client is no more available there. In general, if your solution has no customizations, then for sure you can move to SaaS just now. But in real world, there are not so many customers without customizations. Typical NAV solutions are customized a lot, and all those customizations is our problem there. So if customizations are obsolete, if they are coming from very old versions and new standard has better features, if nobody remembers why those customizations are done, then recommendation is to move to SaaS using newer standard. And of course, if we have customizations, but then those customizations are light, if they are SaaS friendly, then the solution can be moved as well. And now I will give some details about it. So, of course, main question would be what is light customization and what is hard? So light customizations is additive changes when you only add something to the standard, and because it is easy to move to extensions. So if you create additional fields, page actions, new functions, custom new objects, if your customizations can be easily moved from the extension using standard events, so you can create subscribers to standard Microsoft publishers. And yes, if it is SaaS compatible, if it is web client compatible, and if publishers are available, then your solution is easily implementable and it is light. If we have hard, then we have some maybe destructive changes in standard, because standard fields then can be removed, changed, like increased length or decreased. If primary key is changed, if standard code places were removed or replaced, and we cannot repeat it using standard event publishers. Then complicated customizations, for example, posting routine or cost adjustment is rewritten. Then customizations on obsolete functionality, for example, job product group approvals that are not available in current versions. So all those complex things, it's hard to implement for SaaS for now, or it takes a very long time. Another limitation for moving to SaaS is add-on availability on app stores. Now we have more and more add-ons there. A month ago, we reached 1,000 of apps there, but it's still only like 30 or 40% what we have for on-prem versions, for older versions of NAV or because there we had many add-ons for any business cases, and but the situation is better and better than now. Lots of add-on providers, they are creating new versions of their add-ons. They are creating migration tools. So now all most popular solutions are already there. Some of them are on their way. So I think it's no more a showstopper, or this is showstopper not for a long time for moving to your solutions to SaaS. Yeah, then very important is size limitation, because we have 80 gigabytes per tenant limit from Microsoft. This limit is not very hard. You can have bigger database, but then you will receive a warning from Microsoft with invitation to buy more space, and this additional space is quite expensive for now. And you can still work if you exceed this limitation. Because it's only warning. You will be denied if you will try to create new environments, new sandboxes on your SaaS tenant, but your production will still work if you will exceed this 80 gigabytes limitation. But in the future, we hope there will be more options to bring bigger solutions, larger solutions to the SaaS tenants. If place will be cheaper, or better data compression solutions will appear. And for previous version, we had another limitation but applicable only for cloud migration, 30 gigabytes per company. It means that if you have in your database company larger than 30 gigabytes, it would throw error during cloud migration to SaaS. But this was not a hard limitation, as you need then just to write Microsoft support when you get this error, and Microsoft support increases this limit, and you can repeat migration up to 80 gigabytes or maybe more. But yeah, from now, from newest release, cumulative update 1, this limitation is removed, and 80 gigabytes is per company as well. But not all tenants are upgraded to this update now, so only after upgrade this limitation will be gone. Yeah. Another limitation that most of customers and partners don't like, this is backups and database maintenance, because on-prem versions can be maintained very easily. IT administrators can just do backups at any time point using SQL tools. So full management of security and backups in customers or partners' hands. For SaaS, yeah, you have no direct access to Azure SQL. You can do only manual backups, backpack files, emergency restore at a time point you want can be done only using Microsoft support. But I think a few more months later, Microsoft promised to resolve this problem and give possibility in Business Central Admin Center to restore environment by themselves for administrators. So it would be breaking change, and one of most unpopular limitations will be gone as well. So yeah. Then let's go back to the data size. So we can give some recommendations there because in NAV, in old school NAV, it was very popular to keep everything in Navision database all the years, all the data, all archives, and on-premise it was not a big problem. But in SaaS, size is limited, and we need to remember that Business Central is not a system for everything. So it's recommended take only operational data there, because all historical data can be kept outside in business intelligence programs like Power BI or something else, data lakes. So you can delete data from operational system that you don't need. You can use online data warehousing and minimize data that you are bringing to SaaS solution, and then this 80 gigabytes limitation would be not so problematic for you. And main message from Microsoft and from us and from many partners who are working on SaaS area, that you need to change your mindset, because it's expensive and problematic to move all solutions from on-prem to SaaS one by one. Solutions designed for cloud should be a little bit different. So only operational data should be in the main Business Central SaaS system, but we can use many support things like Power Platform, Azure, third-party BI systems, data warehouses. And it's easy to integrate with SaaS, and big amount of data can be kept in those systems, and those systems are well designed, better designed for doing some tasks. And in combination with Business Central, it works better, and architecture of more complex solutions for cloud should be a little bit different than it was popular in the past. Yeah. So now we were talking about limitations that prevents to move your solution to Business Central SaaS now. So if you cannot move your solution because of those limitations, then maybe you need just to wait until those limitations will be gone. So when new standard event publishers will be created that are preventing you from moving your customizations. For example, yes, you can request using Microsoft GitHub custom event publishers in the places you need. Yes, you need to wait for some add-ons for future. For some localizations, of course, it's not for your market. Some countries still not have their localizations in SaaS. For some SaaS technology improvements, like the improvement with backup management, you need some time for implementation, because if you have hardly customized solution, then maybe only time is your enemy. Maybe you just need months or year to implement all your changes to be SaaS compatible. So in this case, you need you need to invest some time. Yeah, there you can see examples of the limitations we are meeting for development. I will not go deeper into it. There are some technological constraints you need to work around. And then, yeah, you see what to do if limitations are there. So we have a lift and shift strategy. So we have old customer solution. If we are not available to go to SaaS now, it's recommended still to upgrade solution, but to upgrade to the latest version on-prem. And intermediate version, yes, can be hosted already in some hybrid technologies that my colleague Rimvydas will tell you. And you can park your solution there until your limitations will be resolved. And then as a next step, you can continue your upgrade and upgrade to SaaS later and have intermediate solution there. So for intermediate version, we can use two approaches. So we can use Business Central on-premise latest version. It means 17, 2020 Wave 2. If you are ready for web client and if you have all add-ons, then it's not a problem to go to the latest version. But if you're still not ready, if you still need Windows client, if you have some integrations not supported by SaaS and you are not ready to implement it now, if you are missing some add-ons but you know that you would have it in the future, then Business Central 14 latest CAL version can be your intermediate solution. Yeah. So One-Click Factory as a company can help you to upgrade your SaaS solutions, because for all options I told, we have our own services. So if you have solution without customizations, or you want to go back to standard, removing obsolete customizations and going to new version, then we have service which is named Clean Start to SaaS. It means that we will take care about customers' data. We will move all data to the customs to the new standards, including custom fields and standard tables and custom tables. And then, yes, we can do development there, creating new solutions, or you as a partner can do development there if some new customizations are needed. And for lightly customized solutions, we have upgrade to SaaS service. It means that we will create extension for all the customizations. Of course, for hardly customized solutions is also available. We do it as well, but of course it is a lot more expensive and time consuming. Yeah, and now I will give the word to my colleague Rimvydas, and he will tell you about hybrid cloud approach.
Hi, hello everyone. My name is Rimvydas. I'm leading the cloud business department in One-Click Factory, and I will tell you about the other approaches to the cloud rather than going directly to VC SaaS, as Jonas was showing to you previously. So basically, just to summarize or recap a little bit, so Jonas was showing the way to basically to move to the cloud in a way of direct migration to SaaS, the top option. Then also touched briefly on this lift and shift strategy, which actually very many customers are utilizing. So basically moving, lifting the version to the newest version that is possible, placing it on Azure, and here One-Click Factory can help with that, and then migrating to SaaS afterwards when the limitations have been overcome. Or basically staying on Azure, staying on the third option, lifting to the latest version, moving to hosted environment on Azure, and staying on this hybrid model for the time being, whether it will be the short time or whether it would be the longer time. So basically, there are three options going to the cloud from our point of view. Now, so Jonas was showing a lot of current SaaS version limitations. Obviously, the SaaS version is being developed. There are new features available, but still there are quite a few of those limitations in the current releases. Or what if you cannot overcome those limitations and you still want the cloud benefits, right? You want a subscription, you want the pay-per-use, you want the transparency in pricing, and all that kind of benefits. So what if then? So then we basically offer this hybrid cloud, hybrid lift and shift strategy, which would be the safe passage for the future SaaS, whether you or your customer would decide to go to in the future. And then you would receive a support both from Business Central and cloud experts. So for that, we basically see quite a few customers, they're choosing this hybrid approach, which is basically taking the on-premise version of VC, not cloud, not SaaS version, but on-premise version, and placing it on Azure or on other hosts available. Right. So that is what we call hybrid approach, and that is what we see that many customers are going this way. So once again, what would this type of the approach would solve in the real life? It would solve the challenges that are initiated by current limitations of SaaS version. That would be or could be the interim step before migrating to SaaS. There could be a temporary solution while the partner solution is not yet ready for SaaS, or some very extensive modifications are needed that cannot be implemented in the SaaS version. The customer or the partner may not want to keep with frequent Microsoft upgrade schedule, right? So if you are unable to upgrade every half a year, or your customer is not willing to do so, so you may want to choose staying on the on-premise version and being on the hybrid cloud. The database size it's still there. Those 80 gigs per tenant is still there. Microsoft is going to the right direction with the database size, no limitations removal, but it's still there. And the price for the additional gigabyte, if I remember, is something like $30 or $40 per gigabyte. So 40, yeah. So it's 40 gigabytes per gigabyte. So if you can imagine, if you have not 80 gigabytes but 180 gigabytes database, then in SaaS you are paying a lot of money, right? If you have some specific integration requirements that cannot be met while using SaaS version, then on-premise version on hybrid cloud might also be a viable option. Backups flexibility, we see that Microsoft is doing the right steps into the right direction. There will be some probably positive news in the future releases. But currently, if you want to restore at some certain point of time, that could be very problematic with SaaS, and that would not be an issue while using the hybrid SaaS solution. And yeah, if you have like VPN requirements, that's also not really possible with SaaS version, and might be possible with a hybrid cloud version. The benefits of the hybrid cloud, you still get to know your pay-per-use monthly subscription pricing. You have the scalability to upgrade and downsize. You don't need to invest into the infrastructure, and your customer don't need to invest into the infrastructure. You as a partner, if you are the partner, of course, don't need to invest in the costly competencies of Azure cloud, right? So we have invested a lot ourselves. We know that it's pretty complicated and pretty costly, and quite many of Dynamics partners, they want to keep focused on what they do best, serving the vertical markets and selling and implementing, developing the business apps, but not really the cloud infrastructure. If you don't want to invest into the security, monitoring, disaster recovery, then you should look into the hybrid cloud, hosted cloud solution as well. Okay, so what do you as a Dynamics partner have as an option, just to summarize? So first, you can go to BC SaaS, right, as Jonas was showing to you. You can set up and host, manage the platform yourself. Some of the partners go this way. You can partner with competent cloud provider, the hosting provider, such as One Click Factory or others in market. I won't go into the option managing it just on premise, as you probably be doing like previously, because that's not the topic of this webinar, right? We're talking about the transition to cloud, not on the staying on premise. Okay, so what do you need to evaluate when deciding whether to go to the self-hosting option or whether you are choosing the hoster to partner with to host your business central application on hybrid cloud? So you need to understand and invest into the infrastructure, cloud infrastructure configuration, the competence of that. Need to ensure monitoring and 24/7 issue resolution. As I was mentioning before, backup management, that's the very hot topic, and that's one thing you need to definitely take care of. You need to, or your hosting partner need to invest into the security and get certified. The security certification or security as such is always on the top of the mind of every customer. They will always ask you, so how about the security? How about is the platform that you're offering is secure? Is it certified? So that needs to be ensured as well. The Dynamics Business Central installation and configuration for cloud might be different than just configuration on-premise service, right? So you need to understand the aspects on what it takes to run it on cloud or run it on Azure, on other cloud providers. Support, when you're choosing the hosting provider, very important to understand what is their competence. Is it just a VM, that virtual machine that they would provide and that's it? Whether they have more competencies such as Dynamics competencies, whether the hosting partner can support both on Azure and Dynamics. And of course, you need to understand what are the customer SLA requirements and what are the hosting provider SLA offerings, and what can you ensure as a partner if you're doing the self-hosting yourself, right? And last but not least, well, everybody expects easy and productive environment. So if you decide to do it for one customer, that's one thing. If you decide to do it manually for 10 of your customers, then it's probably not going to be very productive and very easy. So the self-service platform to provision fast, that's very important in the cloud world. I would dare to say that without proper self-provisioning, it's not really the cloud. It's just infrastructure as a service, but that's not really the cloud benefits that you or your customer would be expecting to get. All right, we just for your reference, we put some table from our experience, from our partners' experience, what it takes to set up the one customer. If you're relatively inexperienced partner, so it probably would take like 50 hours of highly qualified engineers work to set it up. If you were experienced, you would do it probably in 10 hours. If the expectation, if you're using the automated platform, it should take like 5 minutes. So that's what I was having in mind when saying it should be easy and productive. Right? Why do we speak with such a confidence from one-click factory side? We are probably one of the, if probably the biggest, NAV and Business Central service provider on Azure in the world, right? So at least I don't know who's the bigger than us, having the self-provisioning, self-automated platform. So we already have close to 20,000 users, like more than 1,000 customers, more than 160 partners all around the world. So we've been in this for the past 6 years. So I dare to say that we pretty much know what it takes to make it scalable and make it easy to use and productive for the partners all around the world. So what do we as One-Click Factory offer in the nutshell? So exactly what we offer is the automated platform running on Azure, where our Dynamics partners can easily deploy and manage NAV and Business Central installations and solutions. So basically, again, partners and they're taking NAV or Business Central on-premise version, they're provisioning it on our highly secured and self-provisioned automated platform, and provide it to the end customers. And from end customers' point of view, they don't really know, they don't even know what's behind the scenes, right? You have an access to the portal, you have an access to the installations, you have some access to the service. From customers' point of view, they just get it as a service from you. So we sell basically our service to the partners, and partners then sell it as a service to their Dynamics customers. Okay, so as said, we are on Microsoft Azure data centers. Azure is all around the globe. We're definitely not on all of those data centers, but we cover the most important markets, such as Canada, North America, Europe, Southeast Asia, Australia, and others. So we support the main markets over there. Okay, what are our main service parameters? We are ISO 27001 certified. For those who are not that familiar, this is the Information Security Management System certificate by International Standard Organization. So we invested into that and we have it certified. So if your customer is asking for certification of the hosting platform, we have it. It's a completely self-service. Due to the lack of time, I will not be able to demonstrate that, but we'll provide the context if you want to contact us and get to learn and to see more about our platform. It's easy to use, that's for sure. Our SLA is 99.9, basically the same SLA that Microsoft provides as the platform provider. And the very important thing that we do support NAV and Business Central on Azure. We are not only Azure provider, we're not Business Central platform provider, we're provider of the Business Central on Azure. So whenever you have an issue, we work together to identify whether it's on the platform side, whether it's on the the application side. We offer the simple pricing model. If you want to learn more, it's just per user per month price, no hidden fees, no traffic fees, no database size fees as such. So basically we want to keep it very simple to you, and then subsequently very simple to the end customers. Okay, so if you want to learn more, don't hesitate to contact us at service@oneclickfactory.com on this email. We would do the demo and the commercial presentation to you, and we also offer the free trial. So we offer the 1 month free trial of a test environment to the partners to see what is that, how easy it is, and yeah, to play around and decide whether it fits to your customer needs. We definitely would, if you would decide to go to partner with us, we would definitely support you during the migration and provisioning, at least from the first customers. Once you learn how to do it with handheld view, and once you learn it, I'm sure you will be able to utilize the self-service capabilities and do it yourself. We would support you with other types of the integration configuration. We'll basically consult you what it takes to implement the integrations that you desire to. So very briefly, that's it from my side. As said, no, don't hesitate to contact us at the email that is on the screen, and we'll be glad to take it from there and show you more what is possible. So with that, I guess it's time to summarize the 3 ways for the cloud adoption: direct, hybrid to SaaS or lift and shift, or hybrid to Azure, and then make the decisions in the further future. So those are the 3 ways to cloud adoption that we see from One Click Factory. Jonas, you want to add something over there, or shall we proceed to Q&A session?
Yeah, I think Rimvydas told you about our options, not only direct migration to SaaS. Of course, I'm still the big fan of direct migration, but it's not always possible. But you still can find your way and be as near to SaaS as possible.
Yeah. So just don't get us wrong. If the SaaS version is the best fit for your customer, just go to SaaS. If it's not possible for one or other reasons, you don't have to stay outside the cloud. There are options for you and your customers to be on cloud and utilize all those benefits of the cloud. But if SaaS fits perfectly, well, you don't need to go to the hybrid. Just go to SaaS version. Okay. Do we have any questions?
Okay, I see one question from Lee Hannon. It is a must that the solution is available for app source, or is sufficient to have it on AL code only? So answer is no, it is not a must. If this is customer customization only, then it's enough to have extension on AL code. On app source, of course, you must be, if you are an ISV provider and you want your add-on to be available for everyone.
Okay, I see the question that I probably can answer. Is there a database size limitation in One Click Factory hosted Business Central solution? So no, we don't have a limitation on database size. So as Jonas showed, Microsoft SaaS still has some limitations. We do not in hosted cloud. So we solve this kind of limitation with our hybrid approach.
Okay, do we have any more questions?
Okay, there's one more. Which data center One Click supports in Asia Pacific? So currently we support Singapore data center, which is probably the main hub for our customers in Asia Pacific. And also we support Australia data center in Pacific. So those are 2 present at the moment. We will probably be opening more data centers supported in the region while our customer base expands, but currently it's Singapore and Australia.
Okay, I see a question from Nilesh. How do you manage add-ons? Okay, this is a good question because situation with add-ons is quite complicated sometimes in SaaS. First of course, we need to check before upgrading solution if needed add-on exists on AppSource already. If it exists, then yes, we're trying to get migration tools from add-on provider and merge it with on-prem migration tool, preparing structure and migrating add-on successfully. If add-on is not available, then yes, this is a problem. You need to remove this add-on or create just data structure for keep data until add-on will be available, or you just need to postpone your movement to SaaS and use options proposed by Rimvidas.
Yeah, that's actually quite a typical scenario that we see. So while partners are basically redeveloping their add-ons or making sure it's SaaS compatible, and their customers are not waiting for that, they're using hosted solution by us as an interim step while they will be ready to SaaS version of their solution. So that's very typical scenario that we see. Okay, shall we wait like a minute? Okay, I think we.
Okay, we finished. Yeah.
We have all the questions answered. So thank you very much for participating in our webinar. I hope you found the information that we provided about the ways to go to cloud, either SaaS or non-SaaS, interesting for you. If you have any questions, if you want to talk more with us about the migration to SaaS or about our services that we provide on hosting, don't hesitate to contact us. So drop us an email and we'll be glad to have a one-to-one session or one-to-one demo or one-to-one conversation with any of you. So for now, I thank you from my side.
Thank you very much for listening. I hope see you later.